At It with Boston has entered the chat live from the Salem 5 studio, and you're seeing it. That is the Boston College James Hagens rocking the Providence B as for right now. Hit the ice this morning with the Providence Bruins, as we found out last night, because Higgins did officially sign a amateur tryout contract with the Providence Bruins. But calm down, everyone. This keeps a lot of lane open for both parties, being James Hagens and the Boston Bruins. Don Sweeney said yesterday that they want to make sure that they protect this important player to the organization. But we love to see Hagens on that professional ice, right, guys?
Well, I'll say this. I'm excited, but Kasey, like, you've been watching this guy. You did the beam, we've done it all. Like,
yeah.
Give us the lowdown. What do we got here on this guy?
Well, I'll start with the fans first, because we know that I can go on a spiel about the lowdown.
She just stretched for everybody who can't
I know,
see it right
I got excited. Doss right here talks about he probably scored 100 goals and ruined DiPietro's confidence. Well, DiPietro's got a good head on him. Most powerful and fastest man on skates ever. Can't believe he is tuning up in Providence when he could be scoring 7 or 8 versus the Leafs tonight.
Hell yeah.
I tried to turn it into turning up.
I would like to protect him,
he
though.
He could be scoring 10 goals against the Leafs tonight, and he's in Providence instead. It's crazy. Insane. Insane.
Well,
we
look,
want James.
The wave of emotions over the last, I can't even just say 48 hours, honestly. The minute the BC lost on Friday, it was Hagens' watch, and then it was like, gotta see him in a Bees sweater. And then it was just like, so the amplification of what this player means to this organization, to this city, and wanting to see him. I can understand that, 10:55, 11 o'clock last night, finding out that he signed an ATO was different than what we all had in mind. But like I mentioned beforehand, a lot of it is more so to make sure that it is a better path lined out, not only for James Hagens, but for the Boston Bruins, who are looking to make a significant playoff push at the moment. So we talked earlier about how tight the points are, especially making sure that every point is collected, every 2 points in the East, which is why you're going to see sway between the pipes tonight. So I think that, at least now, and you saw a couple of these tweets come out last night, he's signed. He's part of the organization. You get to avoid some of the other drama like a Cutter Gauthier, so you breathe a little bit. But let's hear from James Hagens himself, because we can sit here and talk all day about what's going through his mind.
What have the last few days been like for you from Friday to this point?
Yeah, honestly, it's been really exciting. Just waiting to see what the next chapter looks like, and now being able to be here, I couldn't be more excited.
Is there something energizing about having to prove yourself all over again to kind of starting again?
Yeah, I love it. There's a saying, nothing's given, everything's earned. So it's just knowing that you have to earn a spot wherever you go. So it's going out there, it's working your hardest, it's trying to show everything you worked for. Hopefully it pays off.
The questions over the last 28 to 48 hours from people. How many times did you get? Hey, when are you signing? When are you signing?
It was just kind of talking to my family. Obviously being with my brother, it was super helpful having a guy that I can lean on, I can be around. It was awesome. It's definitely kind of a hectic couple hours, couple days, but it's just it's great now knowing being here and it's just getting our feet rolling now.
What were your priorities for the plan for you? What did you want to as you discussed it with the Bruins? What were you hoping would come out of it in terms of when you're here, when you're there, development and so forth?
Yeah, just wanting an opportunity. Wanting able to go out there and show your game. You worked for this your whole life, so to be able to have an opportunity, to be able to go after this and play tomorrow night, it's something that's really special.
Was starting here something that you were kind of on board with? Did that make sense to you from a development standpoint?
Yeah, it's once I heard that, I was really open for it. It's a great chance to be able to showcase your game, to be able to be a part of a team like this, to be able to be around a group like this as well. You can only learn so much, so it's so great.
Was there a moment after Friday's game where it kind of hit you like, I'm going to be a pro in a matter of days or hours?
My head wasn't there. I was really focused on staying in the moment. And, obviously it was devastating losing that game. You never want to have your season end like that. it was tough, but it was more just, being in the moment, being around, your family, being around guys that you've been around for 2 years to the seniors, where that was their last game as well. It was tough. It was heartbreaking. So it's just kind of being in the moment.
What was the message from Bruins management, the coaches, about what they want to see from you standing here in Providence?
Yeah, just go out there, give it your all. They're giving me an opportunity here, so it's up to me to make the most of it.
Was there a conversation about this being kind of a short-term stint at all when you were in discussion about this?
I just you let agents talk and deal with that stuff. I want to be able to play hockey and to be able to have this opportunity. It's something that you just have to try to run with, like I said before.
What would be the case that you made for yourself to get a call?
Just hopefully going out there and showing everything you work for, showcasing your game, trying to be responsible. You have to earn the coach's trust, and that's a big thing if you want to get called up.
We saw you having small chats with some of the guys out there. What was the reception like, and was that just to kind of go over what this practice would be like for you?
Yeah, I'm super grateful that these guys have been so accepting of me coming in today. The second I walked through those doors, they were able to help me out on the ice, just having little combos about what to expect, the drills out there, where to go, what to do. So something that I'm super grateful for right now. It's such a good group of guys in that locker room, and to be around it, it's something that you just have to soak in.
All right, that right there is a shot of James Hagens at development camp, which feels like it was just a few months ago and also like forever ago, but it just speaks to the hype and the magnitude of this kind of signing. And you heard it right there. I mean, I've truly enjoyed having the opportunity to cover him through Bean Pot, and just covered BC on Friday at Hockey East. One of the best dudes out there. Like, he's a really good guy to talk to, and at the end of the day, it's always about the hard work. And something that Bridget Prue and I were talking about on the Hockey Hub the other day is, like, you just see the maturity come across for him. You've seen him be more vocal, more feisty, and how he really started to command a leadership role, which were some of the things that the Bruins, as well as James Hagens, were looking for entering into his BC season that unfortunately just passed. But I feel like we're all nervous how long this process is going to be. I don't think it's going to be that extreme.
Mm-hmm. He looks good in the B already.
He looks great. I thought he looked like Vince Vaughn there in that shot. But just
I heard you say Wedding Crashers, one of my favorite movies.
Great movie. We can make up our own name and go around town. But just real quick, every Bruin has done this, whether it's Bergeron, Pasternak, Tyler Seguin did it on his run as well. They all start in Providence, and then it's like a cameo. They get a cameo, and then they get called up. So when, Kasey, because you get tonight, you get Buffalo on the road, could it be this weekend? When? And who do they pair him with? I want him with Jeannot or somebody that's tough that can kind of protect him. And does he play wing or does he play center when he
So
makes
he's
the
starting
call?
off at wing in Providence.
Okay, great.
Bridget did get that tweet out, but that's kind of what we expected, especially when he made the transition from center to wing down at BC. And Greg Brown talked about it a little bit after the game on Friday. So it was cool too, because I did ask him, I was like, are you feeling any level of freedom? Are you feeling any extra layers of creativity out there at wing? And you're seeing it because the stats stand by it. So I feel like getting into the league, and there's a number of some of the best centers in the NHL that actually started their NHL career at wing, because you learn the defensive responsibilities with a little less pressure on your shoulder. And considering the rough and tough identity of this Bruins roster, you don't want to throw them in at center with the Bruins. Having the ability to come in at wing and start to have an impact and start to really learn your role here, I think, is a strong path for James Hagens, and we saw how well it worked for Casey Mittelstadt. So I think that the wing path is really, really strong for Hagens, but more importantly, I don't think he's going to come in and play with Jeannot. You don't have a top 10 draft pick and put them in a bottom.
Protection. I want to protect him.
Yeah, but he's going to have to learn, and I think that this is a conversation that's been had. He knows that the pace is going to be different, the physicality is going to be different, but he is a phenomenal skater, so he can probably bail himself out of some situations. But to bring him in under the context of needing to be protected, I know it's part of the hockey
Sturm
expectation.
hasn't done that with anybody, right? Steve's, whoever whoever it was. They've
gonna
played on
learn.
the top line, second line. You're right about that one.
You're going to learn. So Husnudinov, Mitten, you're seeing these young guys. And that's the one cool thing about all of this that should put our nerves at ease. Marco Sturm has been tremendous with giving opportunity to young guys. And he said that that was part of his identity coming in. So I can't say the win, but I can say that, you know, hopefully.
Oh, they put him with Pasternak right away? Just put him on the other side? Huh? Oh, I love that one.
I don't know. We'll get your thoughts, Bees fans. 617-582-2428. That's chat. And of course, we got the Bees taking on the Leafs tonight. Swayman between the pipes. So always let us know your thoughts. We're going to go to another quick break here on Boston is Under the Chat, but we will be right back.